General Mills presents Bride and Groom.
The honor of your presence is requested at the wedding of Miss Catherine Alice Collins, Mr. Donald Ray Lyman.
Hello and welcome to Bride and Groom. Being second choice on a first date doesn't sound like much of a beginning for a love story, but to the two young people we'll meet today, it was the beginning of a wonderful romance. A romance with a happy ending. We'll hear their interesting love story in just a moment, and then we've been invited to attend their wedding with services conducted by Reverend Herbert C. Greenland of the Calvary Methodist Church. You know, newlyweds don't really care what the season is outside. Like the song says, it's June and January for them all the time. But for most of us, it's pretty cold February. And it may be a cold February outside, but you can have California summer sunshine on your dinner table with Betty Crocker's California Fiesta Cake. Now, I'll bet you're thinking, oh, that'd take all afternoon to fix. But lady, nuh-uh. You can mix this gorgeous golden cake in about 4.5 minutes with Betty Crocker Yellow Cake Mix. Now, memorize that package. It's the only cake mix that contains famous soft as silk cake flour. And Betty Crocker cake mixes call for fresh eggs. These two eggs know they're lucky, since Betty Crocker Cake Mix is the only nationally advertised brand that lets you add fresh eggs. The only one. And see what cake you get. Fine, moist cake with that special homemade goodness. A fresh egg cake. The cake is scrumptious itself, but it's more scrumptious if you add whipped cream and sweet California canned cling peaches. So good. Make your very next cake with a Betty Crocker Cake Mix and your fresh eggs. Ask your grocer for your favorite flavor. Now I'd like you to meet for the second time, yes, that's right, the second time, our very pretty bride. She's Miss Catherine Alice Collins, and her bridegroom is Mr. Donald Ray Lyman. Of course, we all met you, Kathy, when you were here at Bride and Groom in October to be a bridesmaid at your brother Bob's wedding. And that day we were getting to know Bob and Kay, but today we want to know all about you.
I'm 21 years old. I'm from Athens, Tennessee. I graduated from Tennessee West End College, which is in Athens. Since then, I've been employed as a secretary in the Bureau of Ships in the Navy Department in Washington, D.C.
Fine. That's pretty complete. Now, Don, what about you?
Well, I'm 23, and I was born and raised in Fallon, Utah. Spent 4 years in the Air Force. And now I'm working with my father on his ranch in Utah.
Utah is where the most famous for the Mormons, isn't it? The Mormon state. Are you by any chance a Mormon, Don?
Yes, and my great-grandfather was one of the leading members of the church when it first formed, and he went to what is now San Bernardino, California, and settled San Bernardino, California.
Yes, I know a great many people in San Bernardino are still Mormons. Was he with Brigham Young?
Well, he was in... He was head of the party. Brigham Young was stayed in Salt Lake.
I see. He led the party to San Bernardino. Did your grandfather by any chance have more than one wife?
Yes, he had 7 wives and 37 children. But polygamy is now, they don't do that anymore, so I think one wife will be plenty.
You're going to be satisfied with one?
I think so.
You have your hands full with anyone that I've ever seen, believe me. Well, now let's get on to this love story about this second choice in the first date business. Kathy?
Well, I met Don this past June at the house where I was living in Washington. As it was, Don had come by to pick up another girl at the house, and we were introduced that night. But several weeks later...
You weren't the girl he was going out with that night?
I wasn't.
You came by to pick out somebody else? It's a fine thing.
Several weeks later, one of his buddies called one of my roommates, and we arranged what was more or less a blind date to both of us, as neither one of us remembered meeting the other the night several weeks before.
I see. Well, that didn't make much of an impression on each of you. But that was really your first date, and when was the second one, Don?
The next night.
And when was the third one?
The night after that.
And the fourth one?
I think it was the night after that.
Well, I'm not going to go any farther because I know I'm going to get the same answer to that question, but dating that rapidly in succession makes it sound kind of serious, was it, Kathy?
Well, it wasn't really serious until I came back to Washington from a vacation to my home in September. And Don was waiting for me when I got off the train in Union Station. And when I got off the train and saw Don, I knew it was him.
You knew right then you were in love with him, that he was the only fellow for you?
Sure
That's
did.
Wonderful. Now, how about your wedding plans? When did you start making those, Kathy?
Well, we had decided to wait for about a year. But last October, we came to Bob and Kay's wedding here on your Bride and Groom program. And we saw how happy they were, and we wished that we wouldn't wait. Well, several days later, Don was discharged from the Air Corps, and we left for his home in Utah. Well, after he got to Utah, he called me. He says, let's not wait.
Well, you know, being a rancher in Utah, the wintertime is more or less slack, so a good time to get married.
You don't take a honeymoon, but that's probably a convenient excuse to help you persuade Kathy. Kathy, you've always lived in the East, and how do you feel about being the wife of a rancher? That's a brand new kind of life to know.
Sure is. I think I'm going to be kind of scared moving the way I feel. I don't know anything about it, but as long as Don's there and we're there together, it's going to be okay.
I know you two will be very happy, and we wish you a lot of success. And we're happy that your Kay and your brother were married here, because it gave you two the idea in addition. And I'd like to meet your attendants. I think there are two that I don't know. And also, you look very lovely. You're a beautiful bride, Kathy, in your skin of bridal satin gown, most becoming. This is one of the ladies I don't know.
This is my maid of honor, Mr. Francis Collins.
Hello, I'm happy. Hi, Kay. How are you? This is our bride. And there's the bridegroom. I know this fella. Bob's your best man. And this is your father, is it, Kathy?
I'm glad to see you.
And this is the gentleman I don't know. That's nice to see you guys. Tom, how are you? Well, these are, Bob, you're an old hand at this, so you handle the keepsake wedding rings. The diamond band is, of course, for Kathy, the plain gold keepsake band for Don. Kathy, what's the song you asked Phil to sing today?
We'll be forever.
Come on now. Now as our bride and groom, their attendants leave for the ceremony, Phil Hanna sings their love song.
This day is hallowed, this day is blessed, two hearts are blending forever into one. This hour of promise, this hour of truth will know no ending. Our life has just begun. This ring I give to you, this sacred token will be a constant vow to stay unbroken. This love is hallowed, this love is blessed, two hearts are blending, we'll be forever one.
Day of matrimony, will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, and forsaking all others keep you only unto him, so long as you both shall live?
Yeah, well.
Who giveth this woman to be married to this man?
Mother and I.
I, Donald, take thee, Catherine,
I, Donald, take thee, Catherine,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
from this time forward,
from this time forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for
for
worse,
richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
And thereto I pledge thee my faith.
And thereto I pledge thee my faith.
I, Catherine, take thee, Donald,
I, Catherine, take thee,
to
Donald,
be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded
from
husband,
this time forward,
from this time
for
forward,
better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death us do part.
And thereto I pledge thee my faith.
And thereto I pledge thee my faith.
Donald, what token do you offer in pledge of your vows? You take this ring, Donald, and place it on the third finger of the left hand of your bride. Hold it in place and repeat after me. This ring I give
This ring I thee give,
in token and pledge
in token and pledge
of my constant faith
of my constant faith
and abiding love.
and abiding love.
Catherine, what token do you offer in pledge of your vows? You take this ring, Catherine, place it on the third finger of the left hand of your groom, hold it in place, and repeat. This ring I give
This ring I give
in token and pledge
in token and in pledge
of my constant faith
of my constant faith
and abiding love.
and abiding love.
Now will you join your right hands together again, please? For as much as Donald and Catherine have consented together in holy wedlock and have pledged their faith each to the other, by the authority that is committed unto me, I pronounce them husband and wife, whom therefore God hath joined together. Let no man put asunder. Let us pray. Most merciful and gracious God, bestow upon these thy servants the seal of thine approval and thy fatherly benediction, granting unto them grace to fulfill with pure and steadfast devotion the vow and covenant between them made. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Doesn't it make you feel happy to see two young people so much in love getting married and start off in a brand new life together? Now for a preview of their honeymoon that they're going to be sharing. Let's look in their honeymoon book here, and here's a picture of the beautiful 1953 dual-streak Pontiac, the greatest Pontiac ever built, that'll take them into a snow-covered New England fairyland, and to the Northfield, where special honeymoon reservations have been made by manager A. Gordon Moody. There, along snowy slopes, they'll enjoy all types of winter sports. For example, skiing on a practice trail or trails for experts that wind high into the mountains. Of course, in every